Bitrate's good. Stream looks good. Microphone's working. And control is here. Alright. Oh, I need to do one more thing before we continue. Set the timer. Back in we go. Hopefully they didn't crash the game. Alright, we're good. University Embo Sadie Church, how may I help you? Oh, is that you, Kevin? I didn't think you'd be there already, so I was just going to leave a message with the priest. Oh, hey, Rufina. Yeah, I got here late this morning. How about you? When do you think you'll be getting here? I'm going to be a little late, I'm afraid. There's been an accident or something, so the train's been delayed. I probably won't be getting there until this evening now. Gotcha. I'll wait here till you arrive. I think Wise and the kids would all get bent out of shape if I showed up without you. Oh please, I'm sure you're just exaggerating. Although speaking of Wise, I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to chew her up. Haha, I got it all planned out. I've been stocking up on souvenirs from every mission I've been going on. Should be enough to snap her out of her funk. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Girls her age are more complex than you think, yeah? I guess she's not really a kid anymore now that she's 13, but still. Actually, that's about how old you were when we first met, right? Now that you mention it, it was. How time flies. So, it looks like the train's about to leave. I'm going to have to go. I'll see you later then, alright? If you get bored of waiting, you're welcome to go home ahead of me, of course. Got it. See you later. Man, how time flies this way. Have I really not been home in 2 years? I guess that makes 9 since I met with India. Huh. I hope Wise isn't too grumpy when we finally get there. Kevin! What is it, father? Has something bad happened? Well, it's just received word that someone spotted a group of men dressed in all black at the edge of town. What was it? They're supposedly heading for the mountain path. You don't think? If they were, Ulster House must be the target, I feel. Do you have any idea what could be going on? I wish I did. I doubt it's anything to do with the Grizzlies, at least. I better to go and check it out just in case. Please do. Oh, do you know that Phoenix is going to be arriving, by the way? This evening, by the sounds of it. She said her train's been delayed. When she arrives, can you let her know what happened? Jaegers. Seems like there are anywhere between 5 and 10 of them. But what could they want with a gospel facility to begin with? The longer they're allowed to be in there, the more dangerous the kids are in. I'm gonna have to try and handle this alone. It's time to put my combat skills to good use. Celeste? Wasn't that the name we saw in those data crystals? That's right, according to those. She was the de facto leader of the group of ancients who situated Aurori. She was also the founder of Rainbow's current royal family. I'm glad to see information I left behind and providing useful to someone. It really did. So then you're really the founder of Rainbow's royal family? Not technically. I'm not the real Celeste of Celeste. Think of me more like a shadow. Or a partial copy her personality created in order to influence Phantasma from within. How can you only be a partial copy? The truth behind you is apparently more complicated than we thought. You don't appear to be the spirit of some kind though. I can see that now. That is correct. Before I try to explain just what I am, I should probably tell you more about the world we are in first. You can do that? This should be interesting. As you're aware, the realm in which you stand is called Phantasma. This is the world belonging to a higher plane of existence created several thousand years ago by the Aurori. Its purpose was to act as a subsystem for the Aurori in order to incorporate and process the will of the Rainbow Arc's populace. One might call it a self-organized world designed to realize countless possible errors as necessary. Pardon? You lost me. Yeah, isn't there like a simple way to explain this? Well, not technically correct. Perhaps you could think of it this way. Phantasma is like a fictitious realm created by the Orrery in order to fulfill humanity's every wish and desire. That's better. What exactly qualifies Phantasma as victorious? I can't help but think it's far too weird to be a land of pure fantasy. When I say victorious world, I don't mean to suggest that Phantasma is a complete lie. It's more like a pseudograph or a kaleidoscope. It has its own walls and can change to reflect countless different possibilities. I need to fix something. There you go. Just when I say, I don't mean to suggest that Phantasma is a complete lie. It's more like a pseudograph or kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope. It has its own walls and can change to reflect countless different possibilities. Does this make the concept being easy for you to understand? Somewhat, yes. And so the name Phantasma seems much more appropriate. As I said previously, it has the same system of the Orrery, rather than being the Orrery itself, and it helped to grant people's desires. They were separate entities, but efficiently were two sides of the same coin. The relationship caught our eye as we were devising the sealing mechanism. You mean the mechanism used to seal away the Orrery? That was also in those data crystals left behind, exactly. At first, we thought our plan would be impossible to execute. After all, the Orrery had absolute control over space itself and was able to influence mankind's every action. Even after coming upon the idea of temporarily freezing it and imprisoning it with a gravity barrier, we had no way to implement our plans. Without that, they were simply ideas with no real meaning. We were effectively at total loss. You had discovered your foe's weakness, but had no way to take advantage of it. That must have been quite a frustrating predicament. Indeed, and yet our perseverance rewarded us with development of something that could take advantage of that weakness. The Recluse Crew. Is that what this is known as then? Yes, that is the only object in existence able to interact with Phantasma without relying on the Orrery as an intermediary. Celeste used that to create a partial copy of her personality, that is, me, inside Phantasma. And once inside, I've been working to sabotage Phantasma functionality by using this garden as my base of operations. As a result of my efforts, the Orrery's processing ability was hindered just long enough for the plan to be executed. He who catches his foe off guard wins the battle. The same principle applies to martial arts too. It sounds like you really put a lot of thought into planning everything. Maybe, but I can't deny that luck played a part in the end. Once the Orrery was sealed away, my work was done, and I fell into a deep sleep here. My reason being that if the Orrery were ever unsealed, I would be able to provide assistance to the people of that time. I'm pleased you've been able to handle it just fine without my help, however. Luck played a huge part for us too, though. We don't even saw where the Orrery is now. As far as we're aware, it disappeared during all that happened at the Werewolf Arc. I thought as much. I was able to confirm the Orrery's disappearance from here within Phantasma too. When I did so, I thought my purpose for existing was finally over, and that all was left for me in this land was to embrace a slow and peaceful destruction. But that was not to be. Soon the War of Phantasma appeared. Ah. So that's when it happened. Quite a recent development, I see. The War of Phantasma appeared out of nowhere, stealing all my power before I was even aware of what happened. After doing so, they began to remake Phantasma in accordance to their own designs. Both this world's current structure and the planes that make it up were all the War of Phantasma's creations. Looks like your theory was correct, Renee. Still, that makes it sound like, yeah. So you don't know who that masked person is even then? I'm afraid not. Their every action thus far has been a mystery. Ordinarily, they should have been able to gain access to this world in the first place. And I'm afraid I have no idea what they're trying to achieve by bringing all of you here and testing you. Well, that's the same. Yeah, that's the part we wanted to know most of all. I only wish I could be of more help. The only other thing I can say about them is that I suspect the War of Phantasma is currently in the 7th plane. There's a 7th? What makes you think that? That was the first plane they created after appearing in this world. Just what kind of plane that plane is, what kind of place that plane is, I don't know. But I can sense dark and human thoughts from there and they're spreading out across the whole of Phantasma. That doesn't sound good. Then we'll be seeing them after the next one, won't we? Yeah, we just finished the 5th when we came back here. Presumably, they're waiting for us on the 7th. The time to fight them head on may not be that far off. Huh, I was getting tired of waiting. As was I. It seems the end may finally be in sight. Now, if only we had some sort of inkling as to what the World Phantasma is trying to achieve. Actually, I just might. Kevin? You're up! It's good to see you again, Father. You too. Wasn't expecting you of all people to get invitation here. Or you, for that matter, little lady. I'm sure you weren't. I got something I wanted to ask you, but I suppose I can wait until later. Haha, for sure. Are you sure you're feeling alright? Wait, it's Wayne. I'm feeling just great. All that sleep must have done me a lot of good. And I see you guys made a whole lot of progress while I was out cold too. Yeah. Hey, I'm Father Graham. Or maybe I don't need to introduce myself since you seem to know a thing or two about everyone who's come in here so far. True, I was able to tell what was happening at the Rainbow Ark from the garden. And out of all the people here, you're the one closest to the truth of what is happening here. Am I wrong? What? No, I don't think you are. I can't pretend to be much of an expert on what Phantasma itself is, but I got a pretty good idea as who's responsible for all of this. I can only think of one person twisted enough to put us through all we've been through. Wait, is it someone you know? Haha, you could say that, yeah. The short version is, they're a real piece of work. A cunning, arrogant, cold-hearted son of a who doesn't even see people as people. That about sums up who we're dealing with. Sounds like a real awful guy. And who, may I ask, is it that you're talking about? Well, about that. Will you be willing to wait just a bit longer for the answer to that one? I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm still missing one last thing that let me be completely certain. And I think we'll find out what that is in the 6th plane. Haha, and here I thought we were finally going to get an answer. Is there a reason you can't sell your theory as is? Yeah, I realize I'm asking a lot after we've come so far, but I promise that as soon as I know for sure I'll talk. I swear in the God's name and the church's emblem. Well, I don't see any reasons to say no. Likewise, he's clearly got his reasons. It's not often he asks us for favors, so I can let it slide. No problem here. Haha, if you say wait, I'll wait. I feel as though we can trust your judgment, Kevin, so I have no objections either. Me either. I don't really care as long as I get to have my fun. Haha, I believe we're all in agreement then. Yep, consider this one settled. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Anyway, now that I'm up, I'm also down to take lead again, and I appreciate if you back me up. No problem. It seems like you're all ready to move on. While you're advancing through the 6th plane, I'll do all that I can on my end to find out more about the 7th. Of course, if you need my support, I'll be happy to provide it through the cube and monument as I always have. Now that you mention it, we haven't really thanked you for all the help you've given us since we got here, have we? Thanks, Celeste. We couldn't have done this without you. We truly are in your debt. Please think nothing of it. I am but a saddle, placed here with a duty to fulfill. I believe helping you to be part of that duty. If I may, allow me to help you however I can. Will do. Several of you two wise, but I'm just fine now. So please, just leave everything to me, I'm begging you. Only if you promise me one thing. What is it? I won't make you promise not to put yourself in danger or overdo it, but don't do anything that will make Rufina sad. You really know how to hit a guy where it hurts, don't you? So, will you promise? Yeah, I promise. I swear on her name, I won't. Alright, so first up Kevin again.
Piece of cake.
You ready?
Let's go.
Right.
Alright. I need to go to the 4th floor of this place. Apparently. It was at the end. Got it. I got 20 foods. I made sure of that yesterday. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Why didn't you guys try to become embracers? Those words were all it took to set the wheels in motion. The 3 young men Estelle had spoken to, Dean, Elias, and Wilco, were the leaders of a group of delinquents who spent most of their time in the warehouse district of Long. In light of the unprecedented chaos that swept over Weibo, they soon began re-examining themselves and their lives, and after much thought, they agreed that the Papa Embracer, a protector of the land's peace and its people's safety, may be the best road forward for them. That's not to say, however, that they didn't have any ulterior motives. No, they did think it would give them the opportunity to be trained directly by the Guild's corner. With this hope in their minds, with this hope in their hearts, they made their way to Long Bracer Guild and expressed interest in joining. But the Guild's crafty separatist Gene had other ideas swirling in his brain, and unfortunately for them, they were to receive the training from the long-time sworn enemy and former Raven group leader, Agate Krosner. The grueling training began in earnest under his strict guidance. After roughly 3 weeks of pure hell, the end was finally in sight. Only today's final examination remained. Oh dear. When I found out we were going to be doing a final exam outside Long, I was so excited. Didn't think it was going to be a place like this. Same here. Who would figure we'll end up dragging out into the cabin in the middle of this misty swamp hole? Have any of us even been outside Long before? Why? Our first taste of fresh air have to be somewhere so real. It's not like we're here on vacation. We're here as part of our training. Can't expect to be taken to a theme park or something. I guess, wow, that's so grown up of you. Ha! Glad one of you guys got his head screwed on. I thought I was gonna have to give you guys a lecture on why you're here. But maybe I can spare myself the boring crap after all. Anyway, there's no shooting here today. So sorry. Bah, always gotta talk down to it. As you know, this final exam determines whether you pass your training or not. It all hinges on this pass, and your junior bracer from here on. Fail and you aren't. Either way, let me say this. I'm impressed to make this far without dropping out. I wasn't sure you had it in you, but you sure as hell proved me wrong. Did he just praise us? Well, what's gone into him? I think I'm gonna be sick. What kind of heartless monster do you guys think I am? Just hurry up and spare the details. I'm getting sick of standing around here. I want to get started. That's those balls. Good. Alright, let's get down to it then. Your task is simple enough. You gotta make your way through a cave full of monsters, get to the end, and you pass. A cave? I thought Sam was gonna be in this valley. We're gonna go somewhere else now? Quit running. It's not far from here. It'll be harder than it sounds, but if you get to the end in one piece, you get your badges. I'm not giving you a strict time limit, but the longer you take, the longer you keep me waiting. So don't push your luck. That's it. Any questions? Sound easy. All we have to do is go for a walk while beating some monsters. This exam was made for us. This will be kind of fun. That's a no to the questions, I guess. Well, Wilma, I'll be counting you to back them up for me. Well, if you insist. You're sure they're up for this though. It'll be fine, trust me. Okay, let's get our butts over to that cave. This here's the entrance. Never would have thought there was a cave right out here. Huh, so this is the place that's gonna determine our futures, huh? It's still hidden well enough. Well, you already know what you're doing. I'll be waiting for you at the end, so give it your best shot. I'll be back here, back if you need it. If things get too desperate and you need a break or something to eat, come to me. Sounds like an easy enough job for you. Actually, we'll even need to come back here. Yeah, we'll breeze through this whole thing in no time. Alright then, I'm waiting for you guys up. Time to get to work. Oh. This place is pretty big inside, huh? Yeah, tons of empty space to fight in. You know as well as I do, making it through this cave ain't gonna be the main event. It's him we're dealing with here. He'll be waiting for us at the end to challenge us to a fight, I guarantee it. You think so too, huh? Well, going by all trains so far, please show us a safe guess. Just how every other exercise has ended. I wonder how well we're gonna be able to do against him this time. I feel like we're going pretty strong. We ain't have a chance, but who knows. Either way, this is a good chance to get back at him by having to put up with his crap all the time. Let's get going and give him hell. Yeah, right there with you. That's one ugly monster. It might look that way, but I bet it's a small fry. Probably just to scare predators off. The weaker something is, the mere it's gonna look, you think? That this description kind of sounds like it fits us too. I think it's noticed this. Time to make it let you have it. That's the best you can do? What the? I thought we were stronger than this. It's not that we're weak, that monster is just that strong. I get so didn't say anything about this. Why you have to go and show us here? So much for your fury, Wilco. That monster didn't just look strong, it was strong. You call that strong? You gotta be kidding me. What? What do you mean? Trying to act like there's no big deal isn't gonna impress us, you know. We can see you struggling the whole time. Maybe you need your eyes checked in. Anyway, who cares how tough it was? Let's get moving. We got work to do. Wait a second. What's up with him? Yeah, I'm heading back to heal. And ow. We have a cat tail to equip. That's it. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Alright, let's get back to the start again. This is gonna take some effort. Alright. Rest. Alright, back to here. Alright. Back we go. It wants to respond every single time. Oh, let's try to get past this first enemy. Well, that one shouldn't be too tough. Yeah, we see those things in the wall. Let's hop to it. Well, it was easier to beat than that last monster. Hell, a lot stronger than the other ones in the wall, though. Looks like we're gonna have to accept that all the monsters in here are tougher than the ones we know. Ugh, why am I struggling against these guys? This should be nothing. Ah! Hey, calm down, Rocco. We might be struggling, but it's not like we can't take them. As long as we take things slow and rest after every fight, we got this. Rest after every battle. If we need to take a break after every loser of a monster like that, we're not gonna catch up to that. A gate. Is it really time to think about that? Next one's gonna be a breeze. It is. Hey, Rocco. Phew. He's starting to let his temper get better of him. That's where to go. Is there a chest up here? Alright. So I caught a one wick on the inside that says, oh, okay. Wow, that's gotta be a past a T rating. The treasure was you all along. Alright, one more fight like that and then I see one will level up a sword. Huh, here's the next one I guess. Just know what story is this guy. Now, don't be so sore after that face here. Just know I'm letting my guard down this time. Stay cautious, guys. Phew, that's that. Yeah, that one ended up being tough too, but we got nothing we couldn't handle. But if only there was 3 of them. Huh? You say something? You couldn't hear me? I meant what I said. If only there was 3 of me instead. And you two joke. I've been done by now. Huh, if you say so, man. But unfortunately for you, this is the group we got, and we're gonna have to stick with it. Keep your talking to yourself, alright? Just don't drag me down. What's going to? Seriously. Alright, we'll try. Nice. I want to heal is healed, sweet. Take care of one. I didn't even have a chance. Let's went back to the start real quick. It's holy moly. Alright. I'll take this in too. That's gonna have time bit. Yeah. Alright. Oh dear. I'm not fighting these things, no. Do you know the name of Estelle Bright, the thief without equal, and her lifetime to store many treasures and left behind her over 1,000 chests? Alright. All that's left at the bottom is a tiny glimmer of hope. Oh, we're dead. Alright. Alright, that was trying to get there. The rock on the front of the chest is just painted on. I have somewhat unfavorable premonition about this. Okay. Let's heal you a few times. Oh, why is there a frozen walk in the middle of the path? I don't know, it doesn't look like anything special, but that's a real place for one to be. What's the damage? What's the damage? Don't wander over to random stuff. We don't know where it is. Whoa, it's moving. Maybe that's a warning. It was a little too late. Oh, you can freeze. A piece of cake. Dude, that scared the heck out of me. No doubt, who would have thought that walk would turn into a monster? But maybe you wouldn't have been scared if you hadn't been such an idiot. What was I saying about dragging me down? Sorry, man. For the local audios. That goes for you too, Dean. If you'll grow out of being such a coward, at this rate, we're not even gonna be able to get through here by sundown. Maybe it's time I cut the dead weight and go on myself. Then go. What was that? You heard me. If you're that determined to go by yourself, be my guest. You're the tough one here, right? You're gonna handle everything in here by yourself, right? Why don't you want a bunch of weaklings like us around? Get moving, tough guy. Try saying that again. Besides, the only reason we're even here in the cave right now is because of you. Fuck, this was a good idea. I'm sick of it, and I'm sure as hell don't want to be told I'm getting away by the guy who forced me into this. Come on, Raj, we're out of here. Yeah, I'm good with that. I know where I'm not needed. No point hanging around after being told I'm dead weight. Huh, that's how it's gonna be, huh? See ya, never. Doesn't he ever get tired of keeping up that act 24/7? Who cares? He's on his own now. What makes the chest of werewolves so talkative anyway? Most other countries prefer strong silent chests. Yeah, I'm seriously not going after him. If it was still alright, he might be pretty strong, but the monsters in here are like way stronger than any one of us. Who cares? He was the one who said he wanted to go on ahead on his own. He made his bed, let him lie in it. Haven't seen one like this before. What's this creepy thing? Man, that was nasty. And Walker was walking ahead alone in a place full of monsters just like that. Hey Dean, I feel like this ain't the time for us to be fighting each other and trying to act big. Hey Wise, yeah? Have you ever seen Walker show any sign of weakness before ever? Well, now you mention it, no. Same here. You might be pretending you're strong all the time, but you never was any sign of weakness, trip, or Wise first we do. He's always the one who's pushing us and trying to get us to battle us. Yeah, guess away. I mean, if it wasn't for him, we really wouldn't be here. We'll still be wandering around back and wrong forever, probably. We can let all the deadly stuff aside this once. Maybe he pisses me off sometimes, but I ain't gonna turn my back on him when he always had ours. Haha, straight. Or is it easier to die? One more. This is painful. Alright, let's get going. You're still my treasure in my heart. What's about here? Yo, Dean, that looks like that looks like him. You see him? What's that idiot doing? Ugh, I can't move. Looks like this is the end one of me. Welcome. This ain't good. He's frozen. Can handle it last. Sort of thing. Ugh, I can move. You're real sorry sight, man. Sorry for keeping me waiting. What are you guys doing here? I thought you bailed. Well, I could come to bail you out. But we can talk later. We got a fight on our hands. Fine. Alright. Check out the big bad one. You. Phew, good thing we made it in time. Seriously, you really bit off more you can chew this time, Walkie. What you two doing here? Why you come after me? Even without guys, I couldn't handle just... No, you couldn't, you idiot. What was that? For once in your life, stop being so stubborn. If you had come with it, you would have been dead. And you know it too. You just don't want to say it. What was that? Nah, I guess I haven't got the right to be getting all angry. Sorry, man. I said told you to go along like I did. I might say earlier that I was only trying to become a basic because you pushed us into it, but I swear that's not the only reason. There's no way I could have made it through all that insane training we got put through and not quit quite right if that's the only reason. I would have fallen in the town a long time ago if I wasn't serious about it. What he said. I'm just as serious about this as you are, you know. I know you're in a rush to try and get as tough as a gate and everything, and I can't blame you. But whether it's now you want things or not, the three of us are in this together. It wouldn't hurt to ride on us. At least it will, would it? Huh. Alright, you got me. I ain't no idiot, Dean. I know my limit. You're probably right. I was just in so much of a rush to try to know the gap between us that I lost sight of myself. Welcome. But that last fight was enough to open my eyes. I'm not up for a task of getting through this place alone. I now know that I need you guys with me every step of the way. So sorry. Will you let me stick with you again? Huh, come on, really? It's as if you even need to ask. Thanks. Hahaha. What's going into you two? Anyone look at you two now and think smooching wedding bells in your future? You're made up, so let's get with the kissing. Oh, stop it. Besides, you owe me an apology. Huh? For what? When someone's floating, you're supposed to use an item on them, or something, you know, like a killer bomb. Were you trying to kill me? Hey, it did the trick, right? I guess. May I do all you want, thanks. What's got into you? Oh wait, am I the only one you want to smooch? In your dreams. Kidding, kidding. Haha, well anyway, let's get going. You got it, right. Well, there's way more women in the other caves forbidden. You think this is the end of the line? It sure looks that way. I don't see anything here though, or anyone. Maybe we haven't finished exploring. Huh, you're done? Nice work, guys. What? Where you come from? You were telling us the whole time, weren't you? Bingo. I've seen everything that's happened on the way here. I figured you wouldn't find it easy, but I wasn't expecting you all to split up partway through. That was your fault for picking this place. We want to split up and you picked somewhere less complicated. Huh, that's why I picked this place, now nuts. I wanted to see how you react when you found yourself in a complex situation. And I got exactly what I wanted out of it. Huh, yeah, I can buy that. Thanks a lot. You guys always square away in battle, I'll give you that. On that front, you're already ahead of your average junior bracer. Really? You really think so? But that's only in terms of strength. Unfortunately, you need more than that to be a good bracer, junior or senior. What I saw today really helped me make up my mind I will you're cut out for this line of work. Good for you. I still don't have enough to go on to make the final call though. And you want to prove to me that you got what it takes. Now you're gonna have to prove it to my heavy blade first. Huh. How do I know this is how it's gonna go? Duh, because it was obvious. You wanna see what you got? Then we'll be happy to show you. Come at me. Wait, why are you doing like nothing now? I really have to keep his defense down. Got it. You're up. Heal. Hey, I didn't know you did die. Stick it down.
You ready for this?
Okay. We did it. No joke, we seriously beat him. No way. Well, I'm impressed. Yeah, of course it was too good to be true. Figures. Huh, Deco getting too down in the dumps. You managed to get one over me, you should still feel proud of yourselves. Anyway, I'm now confident I got a good handle of what you're capable of. So let me break down how you did. How? You're gonna tell us our exam results then. Here it comes. First up, Dean. I'm first. As a plus, your judgment ain't anything to sniff at. On the other hand, you have a tendency to play it safe even when you don't have to. You're next, Wise. Wait on me. Your forte is your intuition. In the department, there's a solid potential. As far as negatives go, it's hard to overlook how careless you can be when situations call for critical thinking. Fine, there's your Wilco. I'll give you credit for your determination and unrelenting drive to get this job done. But I can't really praise your inability to make calm, rational decisions. Stick those two qualities together and you're a walking accident waiting to happen on your own. So as I'm sure you already tell, the three of you just aren't there yet. You're all missing something before I could call you ready. Watching your work, I was on tenterhooks the whole time. I hate to admit, but he's probably right. Guess we're done then. That's just if I rate the three of you as individuals. If I rate you as a team, then my verdict becomes a little different. Huh? Wait, what? Watching you take on that last monster all the way here was when I was finally able to stake my confidence in you. Individually, none of you meet the mark, but I shoved the three of you together and you're just about squeezed over the line. And that's why I'm going to give you a passing grade on one condition. We pass? What's the condition? You can be bracers, but you can only accept jobs as a group of three, not individually. Not until you become senior bracers anyway. We'll see where you stand then. I'll be passing the news on to Gene, so once that's done over with, he can throw all the work you can handle your way. Together? That's right. Only the build of experience working together as a group. Work on each of your weaknesses. By the time you hit senior level, your hope would be ready to take on the kind of solo work that you can't do now. I see. I can't help but feel lame for only playing a conditional pass. Seems like flunking. Exactly, well, I'll be expecting a lot of improvement from you guys. By the way, you plan on sticking to stun walls as your main weapons? I'll buy all new ones from the weapon shop over in both in honor of your passing. Just worth something for me. You're gonna buy something. That's awesome. I think I'm gonna be sick. For crying out loud, my work with you guys is even worse than I thought. I'm not some kind of evil monster that feeds off pain and suffering, you know. Huh, care for me. He might be right though. I mean, he's always nice to that little girl. He's gotta have a soft spot somewhere in there somewhere. What's her name? Tia? You wanna run that by me again? Oh crap. Well, you have to go and bring her up. Oops. So that's how you guys wanna play this, huh? I don't know if being nice wasn't gonna get me anywhere. Huh. Where the freaking go, Wise? No more messing around. Your behind's gonna be running your way back to the entrance. Anyone who falls behind anymore now running around gets my brain chucked in the back at their head. Oh, wait. You're the one with the most stamina here, Orko. You gotta read away so he doesn't catch up with us. Huh. There's a plan all along. Huh. Exhausting. Wait in the very end, huh? Less talking, more running. Yes, sir. Oh, wait. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's think this through. Alright, that's done. Once I have to get done. That was Story 6. I also need to do Story 8. This one is Wise and Kevin. Who do I want for this? Bring me the playful minstrel. One second. Who do I need for Story 8 Trail? Oh, it's for all of it. Okay. That's what's going with. My head is just don't want to keep going back and forth to a high way. I'll give it my free.
You're right, please.
Give me that range. And give you that. For you. Do something like that. Let's just increase everything I can. But I'm gonna break a budget. Ah. I took your memory fragment in my blessing. One month after the collapse of the Rainbow Arc, the banquet to celebrate the crisis' successful resolution was over, with Estelle and her friends having largely left the capital to go elsewhere. One of them, however, Prince Oliver Reyes of Nor, sat rather comfy in the ambassador's office in Grantos and Bornean embassy, his work in the country not quite settled. I can't believe that's you. I made my deepest apologies for not noticing that you were His Highness Prince Oliver sooner. Oh, I'm not surprised you never realized. I may be a prince, but my mother was a commoner. What point is there in bothering to remember my face? It's as though I often saw myself in the palace or attended high society gatherings. Knowing me certainly isn't going to help you in moving up the ranks, my friends. Ha ha ha! There's no need to be so humble, Your Highness. Besides, I'm actually quite grateful to you, Ambassador. You gave me all kinds of useful advice during my stay here at the embassy that I'm sure will be to my benefit in the future. Well-meant words such as act like a man of the Empire for once in your life, and stop arguing here, go home, and try to do some damn work. Your Highness, Your Highness, I think you're tormenting him enough for one day. The Ambassador, besides, in the same way any other sane man would in his position. If anything, I'll say he has every right to be angry for us for keeping the truth from him for long enough. But Mura. I suppose you're right. I'll spare him any more teasing for now. I actually wasn't joking about being grateful to you though. You truly have been an admirable work over the past month. I have? Acting as a pipeline with the Empire, checking the safety bonus, resetting variable, helping the international line of service to resume, and those are only the tip of the iceberg. You've done so much more. You have my deepest thanks as a prince of that empire. I am not worthy of your praise, Your Highness. You, however, deserve the utmost for braving the danger you did flying up to the Rainbow Arc. All of what happened seemed to have caused quite a commotion in our homeland, so the people seem to have rather relieved now that you know the danger has passed. It's all thanks to your courage that they are able to rest easy. Oh, there's no point in flattering me, Ambassador. I just did what I could, nothing more, nothing less. And I couldn't have done anything wrong. All I was able to accomplish was thanks to the help of those around me. I'm feeling removed from the stereotype of Embryonians as stern, strong, and self-sufficient. If I do say so myself. Haha, as rude as it may be to agree, perhaps you're correct. And yet I believe your willingness to be flexible most definitely help rather than hinder you here. I believe people like you are exactly what the Empire is going to need in the future. Regardless of how I may feel about His Excellency, the Chancellor's approach. Ambassador? Well, this is a surprise. I was under the impression that you supported the Chancellor. Then again, you are a noble. Does that lead you to oppose his reformist policies, perhaps? I may be a noble on paper, but I'm more unbound. All in all, I tend to fall in favor of his reformist policies. But that, as it may, while this may just be the result of being rebel for so long and being influenced by the words of his people, I do sometimes find myself becoming frightened by his hard-line approach. I can't help but wonder exactly what direction he's going to take our old nation. Interesting. Your Highness. Oh, I was just thinking that I'm quite glad to have taken the chance to engage in such fruitful talk with you just before departing the country. I pray you will continue doing all you can to ensure the peace of Rainbow and the surrounding nations while I'm gone. Preferably in cooperation with Ambassador Cochrane. Yes, let's not forget her, I suppose. Still, it's true that since the non-aggression pact was signed, there's been some progress with regards to the crossbow palm. And given that it was Rebel who opposed said pact, that makes my role in future negotiations very important indeed. I presume that's what you're trying to say. Huh, you're a sharp one, my good man. Excellent. Now I can return to the capital with my mind at ease. Leave everything here to me, your highness. I will be looking forward to hearing what you achieved back in our homeland. This is truly a country like no other. I never thought the day would come when I would hear things like that from a noble of the Empire. Indeed, he apparently is somewhat less of an upstanding man than I thought he was. Perhaps this nation's very air has the power to genuinely change people. It seems to have had an effect on you too. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more smiles from you these days than I used to. Huh, I'm wolf to admit, but that may well be true. I still find myself wishing that you will return for rebellion's dignity and sense of restraint, however. Two qualities you don't particularly possess in any measure. In fact, you have far too much of their opposites. You say that, but these qualities are the only weapon that I have. I don't have much that will allow me to compete against the Chancellor. I need to use what will happens to be tucked in my corner as best I can. Have there been any changes to our plan? None. We should be able to proceed as arranged. 3 days ago, the Chancellor left the capital on a tour of Eastern Iboria. Tomorrow you will be returning there aboard the Arsenal whilst he's still out in the east. All those who need to make aware of our return have been given proper notice. Your arrival in Iboria will make a real impact, of that I'm certain. What potential obstructions to the plan are there at present? Nothing major. There have been some movement in the intelligence division's 4th subdivision, but not much. There's a chance that everyone is being cautious because the Arsenal is involved. But I put greater odds on the idea that everyone is just treating this as a pompous performance by you and not taking it seriously. Well, they'll be right too, it is. I have no choice but to start here, even if this means I have to use wearable. And if I'm going to put on a show, why not put on the finest one disguise I've ever seen? I suppose I can argue that. I'm sorry to trouble you at this late hour, your highness. A message has arrived for you from Hamador. What will you have me do? Really? Oh wait, come in. Pardon me? Well, if it isn't Lecter. I was wondering where you've been. I haven't seen you all day. I've been exceptionally busy with the work since this morning, I'm afraid. I'm hoping to be able to come and see you earlier since you will be leaving tomorrow. I'm terribly sorry for not being able to. Huh, oh, never mind that. If that work of yours is done now, we three could always enjoy some sensible quality time together for the remainder of the night. So, what was the message from the capital secretary? They acknowledged receipt of His Highness' message. However, they didn't anticipate that you may be able to arrive all the way from Grantor in less than half a day. As such, they're currently in a minor panic trying to ensure everything's ready for the ceremony tomorrow. This doesn't come as a surprise. There's nothing like the Arsenal when it comes to speed at home. Wow. How cruel you both are for definitely ignoring my proposal. Although it sounds as though the stage will be set in time. Now I need to decide on the outfit that will leave everyone jaws in the floor to suit to my arrival. Perhaps a glistening coat and white loincloth will do the trick. Haha, that'll make a great impact, alright. I almost wish I could go along and see it myself. Please don't encourage him. Huh, you're so remarkable promise for someone so young. What do you say to coming back and also with me? I'll welcome your company. Your work here on Wearable is just about done as it is, isn't it? Your offer is certainly tempting, but I'm afraid I have another job to take care of soon. The thought is appreciated, of course. Really? Well, that is the same. Good luck with the next job of yours. Thank you. Well, if you excuse me. So, that is Second Secretary Lecter Arndor. Is it safe to assume he's one of the Chancellors? Almost definitely yes. He came through Hawking Gate on foot and took up his new position at the embassy a month ago. And right around the same time, we headed to the Rebel Ark aboard the Arsenal at that. There's no way that could possibly be a coincidence. No, it couldn't. The most likely possibility seems to be that he's part of the intelligence division. Or is Sora not doing anything regarding him? All this time it was a good idea? Oh, absolutely. We need some way to find out what the Chancellor was up to after all. We'll probably get home some kind of reaction from the Chancellor through his reports at some point. Probably in about 2 weeks when the Chancellor's tour has finished. You planned that far ahead, all along, had you? Well, in that case, I'll be sure that we're ready. I'll be counting you, love. Oh, something the matter? Not really. It's just the moon has come out, and what a beautiful full moon it is. It's strange to think that this will be the last time we'll see the moon from here. Truth be told, I'm going to miss it. Well, it looks like putting a smile on your face a little more often isn't the only thing Wibble's done for you. It opened up your eyes to life's natural beauty as well. But in all seriousness, we'll just have to do all we can to be able to come back here and see it again one day, while we're both still alive. Huh, indeed. The next morning. Your Majesty, Your Highness, I humbly thank you both for your generous hospitality during my stay in your fine kingdom. You were even more gracious enough to humor my brazen request of escorting me back to Hondor aboard the Arsenal. This debt I will owe you will be repaid many times over in the future. Rest assured of that. Haha, you need to think of this as anything we're out of our way for. Escorting an honest state guest back home is a matter of course. Particularly a guest to whom we owe a great debt of gratitude. If you ever have the opportunity, please do come back to Rainbow again in the future. I imagine Estelle and Joshua will be back by then too. So we'll all be able to give you a nice warm welcome. Haha, I'm already excited for the next visit. Have they left the country yet, by the way? They're busy getting ready to leave for enrollment at the moment, I believe. I'm planning to see them off when the time comes. I see. Incidentally, while the ruins of Hamal are currently sealed off, I'll do what I can on my end to ensure they are allowed inside. Can I trouble you to pass that along to them? Certainly. Thank you very much, Your Highness. Oh, think nothing of it. It's the least I could do. After all, they're done for me. I owe you a great deal too, Cassius. If not for your assistance stopping that armored division from crossing to Weibo, wouldn't have been as simple as it was. Haha. I could say the same to you. Still, I'm sure you're aware the outcome will have been well within the realm of possibility for the Chancellor. I doubt he was even surprised by the incident. Really? Most likely not. Borneo had nothing at all to gain from using that situation to occupy Weibo. Certainly not to the extent that it would be worth going out of the way to develop infinite steam tanks. The only reason I can see them for doing what he did was as the solar power of surrounding nations. A statement that even without orbital power, Borneo's army could still act. I indeed suspect that was his true intent all along. Goodness, so you did notice. The orbital shutdown phenomenon was a complete unknown to the rest of the continent. Perhaps it might never occur again, but there always a chance it might, whether it's here or somewhere else entirely. I hear the Empire only built a relatively small number of those tanks in all too. Certainly not enough to launch out a full-scale invasion. By the sound of it, they were just put together in Rainsford's factories using parts intended for standard orbital tanks. As it stands, the know-how to put together tanks like that only exists in the Empire, and in these unprotected times, no nation has the time or resources to try and develop extremely inefficient steam-powered weaponry. In a sense, because of what just happened, the Imperial Army effect as a deterrent is even greater than ever. It's using war as a diplomatic tool, and very effectively at that. None of this even had occurred to me. I have a long way to go before I'm fit to be the ruler of this country. Don't beat yourself up for too much about it. He's no ordinary foe to even the most hardened veterans. The Chancellor always seems to be thinking several steps ahead of the rest of the world. It's impressive no matter what we may think of his actual ideals. Huh, I'm quite the reckless fool to be trying to challenge him, if I do say so myself. Don't be silly, Your Highness. Now, you can say that with a smile on your face is utterly beyond me. You should focus on building yourself a strong foothold to begin with. I do hope you'll be careful. No matter what may occur, please sure not to say exactly what you said. Of course, Your Majesty. If I were to go and bring shame upon myself now, I'll be wasting all the effort involved in escorting me back home. I'll be sure to take what you have said to heart. Excuse me, Your Majesty! Hilda? Whatever is the matter? It's not often I see you, Foster. My apologies, Your Majesty. It's just a guest for your arrival. For you arrived all of a sudden at the castle. Oh no, I would have rushed in while you were meeting her, but the visit is so irregular that I thought you should know at once. Irregular, how so? It's only about time I take my leave then. Actually, the visitor said he would like to greet you as well, and not just Her Majesty. What? Hilda, just who is this visitor? Well, he introduced himself as Chancellor Gurhav Osborn of the Iborian Empire. It's an honor to be granted a personal audience. I am Gurhav Osborn, representative of the Imperial Government. My apologies for obstructing the intrusion. So you're Chancellor Osborn. And it's a pleasure to see you again as well, Your Highness. It's been years since we last met, has it not? I hope these past months have been seeing you well. Yes, a year sounds about right. Still, while I hope you'll forgive me for asking, just what do you prompt someone of your stature to appear at the castle without warning? I'd very much like to hear your side of the story. My apologies, Your Highness. You see, these past few days, I've been touring Eastern Ebonia on routine inspections. It's been going very smoothly, more so than I've initially anticipated. I had enough free time in my schedule to pay a quarter visit. Oh my, is that so? Naturally, I would have preferred to come here while the crisis was still unfolding, like you yourself did, Your Highness. Unfortunately, the confusion in Southern Borneo was simply too personal a matter that I had no choice but to deal with that first. This was the first chance that presented itself to come here and meet directly with Her Majesty, so I acted with the utmost expectancy. I hope you'll forgive my lack of proper decorum and failing to give advance notice of my arrival. This does make sense at least. Regardless, please don't concern yourself with me. No doubt you wish to offer your greetings to Her Majesty. My thanks, Your Highness. Well then, I want to extend my most heartfelt greetings to both of you, Queen Alicia and Princess Claudia. It's definitely clear that the crisis that unfolded here has been quite the ordeal for yourself and your nation's people. You may have my deepest sympathies for the hardships you have endured, as well as my commendations for bringing the situation under control. I thank you for your kind words, Your Excellency. If anything, we should be apologizing to you for the fact that the southern side of your nation was caught up in what should have been our problem. We should have been the ones going to you, rather than having you trouble yourself to come all the way to Rainbow. I beg you to accept our apologies together with my deepest thanks for you coming here today. I would never ask for apologies. I've heard what happened with the work of a satellite organization stirring up trouble within your borders. Well, I meant well by sending military force to aid you. I would have done something so careless had I known the truth of the matter. My actions were rash, foolish, and I was rightfully reprimanded by His Imperial Majesty from them. Oh my! Fortunately, His Highness the Prince was able to act with all due haste to put right by my misstep before even greater harm was done. I owe you a great debt of gratitude for that, Your Highness, and congratulations besides for your part in bringing an end to the crisis. Oh, I did nothing of the out of the ordinary. I had a lot of help from Her Majesty, Her Highness, and beginner General Bright here too. Bright, you said. It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Excellency. I am Cassius Bright, a Belanger's General in the Rebellion Royal Army. Haha, the pleasure is all mine, I assure you. Your name is well known, even in the Empire. Not as much as yours is known here in Rainbow, I would imagine. It's an honor to be able to speak with you in person. It's certainly a surprise to be able to, though. Coming here on the ground can't have been easy for a man as busy as yourself. It says as though I may have underestimated just how capable you truly are. Not at all. I was quickly impressed to see the Royal Army's effectiveness in dealing with the tumult here. Your forces have proven powerful yet flexible, capable of dealing with emergencies abroad and decisively. I would go so far as to say it embodies an ideal that the Imperial Army, with its soaring ranks, could never hope to realize. You flatter us, Your Excellency. For your part, I hear you were responsible for the establishment of the Imperial Army's famed intelligence division. My army is in desperate need of a new one of its own, so I find myself quite envious. Haha, it almost sounds as though the two of us each want what the other has. Haha, so it does. May I ask Your Excellency, what will you be doing now? For my part, I'm intending to leave Rainbow today, so I'm afraid I won't be around much longer. Yes, I've been told. I believe you intend to make your grand arrival in Humidor, aboard the famous arsenal. I'm impressed you're already aware. I almost wish I could return to Boya and board alongside you. But alas, I'm afraid I have other business demanding my attention after I finish here. I'll be leaving Rainbow separately this afternoon. That is the same. I would very much like to invite you to this evening's banquet. Please, you do not go to such trouble on my account. I feel as though I've put you out enough so up unannounced as I did to say nothing of dining with such esteemed company. Still I do have some time before the airship I'll be leaving on is due to depart. That being the case, may I ask for words of your time, Your Highness? I have a few things I want to discuss with you personally. Huh. Very well. I have some matters I would actually like to discuss personally with you as well. What a fortuitous coincidence. I want me to have a room arranged for the two of you to have your discussion there. Hilda, if you would mind, certainly, Your Majesty. Ah, it's obvious that Her Majesty is quite the tea fancier. If this blend is anything to go by, the fragrance, the temperature, the taste, I'll be hard pressed to find fault with any of it. I've always been more of a coffee man myself, but I've no doubt that I'll be content with a cup of this at my desk each morning. As much as I agree with you, I don't believe we're here to talk about beverages. So shall we get right to the point? What do you want to discuss with me? Haha. I see your sojourn in Rainbow has proven most fruitful. Pardon? When we last spoke, you struck me as a bright, flexible young man, and no doubt you still are. But now I see in you a resilient, industry good in those aspects. I'm sure His Majesty will be most delighted with your personal development. Meanwhile, I see you the same fearless man I've always known you to be. More so even that constant aura about you seems to have only grown with time. It's as if you feed on the resentment of those who live in the territories you annex. Such harsh words, Your Highness. Personally, I prefer the term political unification annex can carry such negative connotations, you know. Since the end of the 100 Days War, our army hasn't committed a single act of aggression. All of our unifications have been entirely peaceful. Oh, you're quite right about that. On the surface. Oh? It's amazing how similar the internation process is every single time it happens. It's just about a small nation or an independent state with an array of problems beyond repair. Those problems start to worsen, after which jaggers and other dangerous elements into plunging public order to an all-time low. Desperate for the solution, the local government requests the help of the Imperial Army. Before they know it, they're part of the Empire. Well, it's not as though I can deny that you're saying. Each instance does show certain commonalities. Still, it's to be expected in the inevitable consequence of the age of unchecked growth and progress in which we live. The Imperial Army is simply acting in the Empire's best interest, helping to establish our neighbors for the good of the Empire. And it's understandable that they would. I do find myself rather curious why intelligence division members are going to such nations with such particular frequency. Well, before the problems are described worse and no less. Haha, I'm impressed as to where you came by such information, as I'm curious as I am. But I will say this, it's the most basic level. These actions are about risk management. It's because we've been acting to minimize such risks beforehand that the army has been able to successfully quell each problem in turn. With the small price of earning the disdain of the people in those nations and the increased risk of terrorism in exchange. To tell you the truth, I'm well astounded that you had the courage to come here to Wereborn all on your own to begin with. After all, you made yourself the biggest target for terrorists in all Ebonia. Haha, your concern is touching, Your Highness. I will ask that you not trouble yourself with my safety. I impose on very skilled subordinates. Tasks primarily with eliminating the risk of terrorist attacks against me. Really now. That Spectre is one of those, I assume. Haha, a rather particular fellow, isn't he? But a very useful one all the same. Working out the scheduling for this trip and taking on the necessary precautions to ward off terrorist threats were both his doing. And thanks to his commendable efforts, I can depart for Crossbell, free for words as soon as I finish my business here. Crossbell? Are you surprised? I'll be participating in a top secret discussion with the representative of the Crossbell government, which a large number of funding has been flowing into the country through Republican channels, putting our allies on the defensive. I've always meant to visit at some point, and this seemed the perfect opportunity. Oh, you're out of your mind! Crossbell is full of enemies, the different factions at each other's throats. I hear it's now even a hotbed for terrorists and criminal organizations because of its position as a buffer state. Does that really sound like a place the Ebonian Chancellor should be going on an unofficial visit? I'm surprised to hear you're advocating caution in the face of potential danger, Your Highness. After all, it was you who flew to the ancient city at great risk of your own safety and returned unharmed after surveying it. Compared to such a rousing risk, taking my visit to Crossbell would be child's play. As I'm sure you're aware, you're regarded as something as a hero back in Ebonia now. Ah, to see a hero make a grand return befitting his newly minted legend and aboard the famous arsenal, no less. Naturally, our hero has also taken the time to ensure that every well-known newspaper and magazine are aware of his homecoming too. Oh, I have no doubt that your triumphant return will be every bit as glorious as it played out in your imagination, Your Highness. Haha, do be sure to capitalize on this chance as best you can to bury yourself a firm foothold. I expect great things from you after all. Squee! Hey, buddy. You haven't changed a bit, huh? Squee! Really, sounds like a ton's happened, huh? But it's nice to see you and your master are doing alright. Squee! Master? Well, good day to you, Your Highness. I pray I'm not causing any trouble by taking a tour of the castle like this. The view from this terrace certainly is beautiful, isn't it? What happened to you, Rector? How do you end up looking for the Chancellor Osborn? I'm sorry. I haven't the faintest idea of what you mean. Are you pretending to mistake me for someone else? Your name is Rector Ondor. You were the student council person at Chinese World Academy, which I attended before leaving suddenly 2 years ago. So no, I'm not mistaking you for someone else. Ah, but that's where you're wrong, because my name is actually Terwando. I can certainly see how our names could easily become mixed up. However, they are scarily close. Still, now you know. Please, just call me Rex. Don't try and joke around with me, Rector. Do you have any idea how late all of us were when you just disappeared without a word? You submitted your notice to leave the academy and then you were never seen again. Even the otherwise come real, but a cry of anger when you found out. And all Lucy could do was give her a sad smile and say, "This is just like him," the whole time with tears in her eyes. Jill and Hans were heartbroken and so was I. Yet after all that, after all this time, you finally showed yourself, knowing full well that I'm here and this is how you act by pretending you're someone else. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Rector! Sorry, no need to get for the scary grail. You're still taking things way too seriously. Looks like it'll take more than stepping up as a crown princess to change that part of you. Oh, but you know, seeing you makes me feel kind of relieved. I always figured if someone like you became a crown princess, you have virtually no freedom to do anything other than work. But from all that reached my ears, it sounds like you're actually doing all right for yourself. And you even made some great new friends after I left the academy, didn't you? Nice. I sort of did. Nonetheless, it's thanks to you that I was able to change at all. You were the one who gave me the first person in the right direction. I never got the chance to thank you properly after you left, but all this time I've always been grateful to you. Well, consider me honored. Do I get a kiss in return? You do not. I may feel respect towards you, but nothing romantic. Ah, that's a bummer. There was me, all taken by how pleased you become, wondering if this could be the start of something downright magical. And what happens instead? My dreams of romance and sweet smooches are crushed to nothing before they can even begin. I know you don't mean a word of that, you know. You're looking very sharp yourself, though. I'm surprising to see. After I'd seen you before today, it was in that heavily frayed uniform worn in the most sloppy way imaginable. I think you'll find I was merely making a fashion statement. That wasn't laziness or stubbornness. Every part of it was carefully calculated and considered to have maximum effect. The scary thing is, I actually believe you. You always seem to have as if you care for nothing but having fun and causing trouble, yet when it came down to it, you were wise beyond your years. And I finally seen part of the reason behind that today. I'll ask you again, Rector. How do you end up looking for Chancellor Osborn like this? What happened to you between you submitting your notice to leave the academy and now? You do now? Haha, I have to admit, I never imagined that would be the case. On the contrary, I was expecting you to tell me to back off. Oh, adios forbid. What reason would I have to suggest such a thing? After all, at the end of the day, our positions are functionally the same. I'm not sure I understand. Do you not think so? Personally, I find it difficult to believe that you would not harbor some hatred towards Livonia as it is today. A great empire clinging to the glories of a bygone era, ruled by nobility and shackled by meaningless conventions. Am I wrong? People call me the blood and iron chancellor as though I am the whole of Livonia in the palm of my hand, but in reality, my position is far more tenuous. I have supporters and allies in the capital certainly, but outside its walls, the nobility holds far more sway than any of them. And while it is true I hold a great amount of power in the form of Imperial Army, even then I only truly command around 70% of it. The remainder is the royal to the nobility, who also maintain their own private armies, with those factored in my advantage strength substantially. So you see, I'm still very much amidst a battle to truly exert control. Which is why you're building railways all over the country to expand your area of influence, and you've been annexing new territory to the same end. As I've long thought, you clearly understand me better than anyone else. That's why I'll say this once again. Work with me, Your Highness. With your support, our nation will be able to bring real reform faster than ever. The noble faction, bloated with its centuries of decadence, can be stopped before they even have the chance to unify against us. Sorry, that's what you decide more than anything. Let me just ask a simple question, Chancellor. What connection do you have with Ouroboros? I'm afraid I'm not quite sure what you're asking. I will say this, however. I'm a firm believer in using every resource at my disposal in the name of achieving reform. That's the way I believe in handling politics. I see. Well, it certainly does seem like though we would see eye to eye in many ways, and that's all the more reason why I'm afraid I must refuse your offer. Is that so? Yes, I find it difficult to be with the Walton noble faction that exists in the Empire, or perhaps you'll wait that hate is the more appropriate word. But my feelings of fear towards your methods are far greater than my feelings of hatred towards the nobles. What you seem to be doing is trying to compare Ebonians with a delusive utopia, to whip them into an enthusiastic frenzy. No doubt by successfully convincing the people, the old guard will fall into the metaphorical Firestone Creed, and yet by then the gears will have already begun turning. There will be no satisfying the roused populace with a first floor revolution. The storm will just keep growing larger and more ravenous, engulfing anything and everything in its wake. You know this, don't you, Chancellor? But of course, after all, that's what I've intended to happen. It's the first stage of my reforms. I'll be more than happy to share further details with you if you decide to work with me, Your Highness. In the meantime, I wish you well and strengthen your foothold back in the Empire. Of course, if that's your intention, you'll find it's necessary to work with those nobles you despise. You truly do see through everything, don't you? Oh, well, that's the sound of the noon bell. The airship should be arriving shortly. Which means it's time for me to take my leave, I'm afraid. I look forward to seeing you again in the capital in 2 weeks' time. I take it the discussion is over then. What's wrong? You look awfully tired. Oh, nothing. I'm just feeling anew, at what a monster I decided to pick a fight with. Oopsie, I think it's probably about time for the airship to arrive. I'm gonna have to stop you there and get going. What? See you, Siege. Next time I see you, I'll bring you some Ebonian salami as a souvenir, okay? Squeeze! Wait. Are you planning to just disappear without telling me anything a second time? Oh, got an important question for you. Did you find wealth for someone while I was away? Hit the nail on the head, huh? Oh, that's so cute. First wealth, right? How'd that feel? Heart all flutter 1 minute, end of the world the next? Don't you dare start teasing me. But you're right though, I did. He rejected me in his grave spot not that long ago. Wait, you're joking, right? That was a coincidence I didn't see coming. I'm not so sure about that. It feels like you know everything sometimes. I'm not some kind of all-knowing, all-seeing divinity. That's what makes the world so interesting to me. Oh, I'm happy for you, Corey. Knowing the pain for lost wealth, what makes a girl blossom in my humble opinion. Do you feel like the whole experience let you get a step closer to the person you want to be? Well, what about you? Do you feel like you're getting closer to becoming the person you want to be by being at the Chancellor's side? Kinda hard to do that when I don't have a person I want to be to begin with. I'm just sticking it with him because it feels like it'll be fun, that's all. I've been doing it since before I joined the academy, in fact. You have? That prince has proven surprisingly capable, but he still isn't a match for the Chancellor. Tell him to watch his back, alright? So that he doesn't get swallowed up by that monster after he gets tired of dancing. Goodbye, Rector. Thank you all for waiting. The Cambodia International Airliner bound for the Principality of Rumelia will be departing momentarily. Please mind your footing when boarding. Okay. So that was the Blood and Iron Chancellor. I can't believe he actually went out of his way to use a civilian airship when he probably has a private one of his own. I've heard rumors about how out of ordinary he is, but he lives up to all of them. Haha, he keeps me on my toes, to put it playfully enough. And besides, thanks for coming all this way to see me off, Sawyer. I was lucky I was just happened to have business here at the right time. It feels like this is going to be the last chance we get to see one another for a while after all. Well, unfortunate as my dream is, and always was to live away my days in the wrap of work suite, surrounded by women as beautiful as you. Well, good luck with that. Changing the subject though. Who was the young man at the Chancellor's side? He didn't strike me as an ordinary guy. Oh, you could tell. But of course, I'll say I'm used to running into people who are out of ordinary at this point. We're sort of fought enough of them. His name is Inspector Ondo. He's the secretary who was sent here by the Imperial government. Apparently, he was the one who planned out all the details of the Chancellor's visit to Werebull. I can't pretend to know much regarding his background, but he's especially skilled at what he does. Actually, I know a little. What? Oh, is that true? Yes. Corey explained that Rector wants to attend the same academy as her and has served as his student council president. She also mentioned about his son's disappearance after the academy festival 2 years ago. Unbelievable. And then, someone connected to the chancellor had visited Weibo first. Then he's very likely to have his own vertical information network established here long before I even came up with the idea. I think it's safe for us to assume that's the case, which also means that it's safe to assume he knows every detail about all that's happened ever here since. From the cult defeat to the crisis regarding Orori, all of it. This man gets more unbelievable by the minute. He had to give me a message to pass on to you earlier too. Watch your back so you don't get sold up by that monster when he gets tired of dancing. He sure knows how to sting where it hurts, doesn't he? Haha, I feel like I can see the whole world of pleasure open up before my eyes. You should know, Barrel, getting outdone at every turn like this is really not my style. What do you mean? Captain Swartz? I have a little favor I'd like to ask for when we were in the air. Uh-oh. Haha, I'm impressed with how Prince Albert has come along. No matter how he chooses to act from here on, he will have his uses, to be certain. You would say that given that you think of everyone as your pawns. There's me, the prince, the society, indeed, and I am much the same. We are but pawns in a vast game board that is the Empire, where the thrill like no other will take place. But it because you're too rich to see how that game plays. Out, that you're chosen to stay with me, is it not? Well hey, what can I say? Just don't forget that this place right here might not be royal forever. And such a betrayal will be perfectly fine by me. Or do you honestly think I'll never consider the possibility it may happen? I just thought I'll come out and say it. How are the other Iron Bloods doing, by the way? They're all doing very well by the sounds of it. At the rate things are going, there's a chance that all the plan's efforts will be for naught. Perhaps I ought to hold back on him a little. Ugh. You sort of don't pull in punches, do you? You know something? I wouldn't write him off so easily if I were in your shoes. What? What? Huh. These look like road pedals. If you look at the window on the right hand side of the aerospace, you will be able to see the famous high-speed cruise to the Arsenal. We've been informed that it is on its way to the Imperial capital with Prince Albert of the Embodied Empire on board. But he has also given us a message to all the passengers on board today. I give thanks to Adios for the good fortune to have been able to meet you today. May your journey be filled with beautiful roses and her blessings. And of course, may your journey to your home be a safe and pleasant one. That marks the end of message. I never thought there was a bigger idiot in this world than me, and yet here we are. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Very well, debaucherous prince. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Show me how long you can hold out against me. Okay. Alright, that's taken care of. I need to go back to the garden. Alright, now I need to have Sin.
Okay.
What was do
Let's move out.
this. And then I need to do a sun door. Alright, I need to do this one. But to charge up. Fine. Oops. I might have to do this again because of that.
May 1,000 doors adorn
Alright.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
These things, Alright, let's just through. Taking his head. Anyone use him, so. Oh, I'm about to die. It hits me up after this, right?
We're good to go.
Okay. So I have to attack it.
May 1,000 thorns adorn you. Savor the victory. We earned it.
Okay. The match is decided. The winner is Forrest Graham's team. They've done it. Forrest Graham's team has conquered the normal. Congratulations on your victory. It was cut to self-scale. Your matches were enjoy to watch. These are but a small token of my appreciation for making this such a fun tournament. You now earn the right to challenge the Horn Arena. You still need to find an invitation in order to do so. However, so you find one, please do come back here. Okay. I don't have that item yet. So that's every single door I have done now. Alright, let's actually make a team. So, the ones I want is like 1,000. That's right. Okay. Oh, let's equip Kevin. I know I need to do all this again soon. But I need to start doing some math. Okay. Alright, need a time one here. Here, cast 2. Give it action 4. Give me the EP cut. Let's give you attack 4, a mind 4, HP 4, and defense 4. And there's nothing I can do. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it with the side story, with the side quest today. Guys, my voice is pretty soft already between those two. So let's start the 6th plane next time. I'm actually gonna head off here, folks. Chapter 6. We got the party ready. We're good to go the moment I hop on again tomorrow. So I hope you have a good one. And I'll catch you all next time.